Well, back in mid-60s, I was in fact in the Boy Scouts, which was, interesting. And one of the things, I studied this Boy Scout manual, and one of the things that they went to great lengths about was the Boy Scout neckerchief. All the things you could do with that. Making a sling out of it, and bandages and splints, and everything was done with that neckerchief. Well, I actually had one at one time, but since about that time, I've always carried a handkerchief, one of these large bandana type things. Now today was a nice day, so I drove into town on a motorcycle. I went to some gun shops and whatnot, just seeing what's out there, what's available. And I happened to stop in a Fleet Farm, and I saw they had these in stock, so I bought a pile of them again. And looking at them, I'm going to have to buy more, because they come in a 2-pack, and they're by that Hav-A-Hank company, and they're made in this country. But it's a 2-pack for $3, so you're looking at $1.50 a piece. But they are 22 by 22 and 100% cotton, which is nice, because some of the ones that you run into are made out of polyester, which are pretty near useless. There's no absorbency, they're no good for anything really. These are big enough, because a lot of times I'll buy in thrift stores and stuff, and then a lot of times you'll end up with ones that are made much smaller. They're like a foot square. Well, that isn't big enough to be too functional for anything but blowing your nose. These have a million purposes, including, the old Palestinian rock throwing disguise. You put it over so nobody's supposed to know who you are if you're rioting in the streets. And I think you soak them in water and they'll keep the tear gas out. In theory. They all seem to be wearing these for a disguise, but I think it's mostly because everything is on video now and they don't want to get recorded. So good to have if you need instant disguise, or you got to make a quick withdrawal from the bank, an unauthorized one. Good to have. So I was glad to find them in quantity. So like I say, I'll probably have to stock up on, because, saying that they're made in the USA, proudly. Well, that's a rare thing nowadays. And it's bound to go the way of everything else. So I think a man should buy them and hoard them up while he can, because they will not be available forever. But, for $1.50, probably the most useful thing I carry with me every day, other than my Swiss Army knife. That tops the list, but this has got to come right in there second. Many uses for a measly $1.50. You make a tourniquet out of them, bandages out of them. Well, like right now I got one wrapped on the camera, cutting down the wind noise. Useful things for a mere $1.50.